Alright, everyone. It's that time again. New week, new Odyssey. What have we got in store? Oh, fuck. Okay. It's not an extreme mode Odyssey. It's been a while since we've had a non-extreme mode Odyssey. And by a while, I mean maybe a week or two. Anyway, Parks, Paths, and Ponds. I know for a fact this can only end terribly on Pat's Pond. So, a pleasant trip through various monkey-made landmarks. What can go wrong? Pat's Pond, as you can see. Dark Path, eh? Ooh, I haven't played that one too much. That seems fun. Let's have a look. What have we got? Park Path, hard reverse, 3 to 50. Winter Park, hard apocalypse, 3 to 60. Water Park, hard double HP Moabs, 3 to 65. Dark Path, hard impoppable, 1 to 70. And Pat's Pond, hard standard, 3 to 80. Beautiful. Right. Have they screwed us over with the monkey selection? They have not! Oh, this is going to be a lovely week. I have been hoping for one of these. I mean, Sorta's always my go-to. Let's face it. Sorta's always my go-to. If Sorta isn't there, Oban would be my go-to. But these should all be fairly good maps for either of them. I'm not too sure about these two for Sorta, but meh, I'll find a spot for her. Anyway, what have we got monkey-wise? Ooh, limited selection. I like you. 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 I do like you. Do I like anyone else? Village for funsies. Oh, it's one of one anyway. Cool. It was meant to be. We can get 12 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 11, 12. Alright, that'll do it. Let's go. Speed is key. Right. Anyway, this does seem like it's going to be a fairly relaxing, for the most part, Odyssey. Unless there's some hidden bullshittery going on behind closed doors, but I didn't see the word custom rounds written anywhere, did you? No, probably not. So yeah, we should be fine. Today was quite a bit for me. Like, don't get me wrong, there's nothing completely different about today in particular that sort of sent me through a loop. Throw with your other hand, please. Thank you. But here's the thing, right? Yesterday, me and the missus decided. Well, we decided this a couple of weeks ago, but me and the missus decided that we wanted to go watch the new Saw movie, Saw X. I've still got projectiles turned way down, don't I? I just saw the level up effect on Sorta be so tiny and insignificant. It was so sad. Anyway, so me and the missus decided that we wanted to see Saw X at the movies. And there was only one day available, and it was the last day of the showing, which happened to be yesterday, right? And so we were like, cool, that's fine. We can arrange for that. We can book it. We can get it all reserved and stuff, and we can go out and do that, right? And so we got that all booked and all sorted, and everything's all good, right? What we failed to think about, and this was a collective failure, this was not a failure on any one particular person's part, because we both sort of forgot about this. What we both didn't realize or sort of remember is that we both sort of, you know, cool, thank you. We both wake up very early to get to work and placement, respectively. So what we failed to realize is how long a 90-minute movie would go for if the movie was set to start at 9:30. Now, in my head, at the time, I thought to myself, simple maths, right? 9:30 movie starts, 90 minutes later, it'll be 11. Yeah, that's sort of pushing it. Usually we're both asleep by 11, or at least trying to get to sleep by 11. But, you know, if we're just driving home, we'll maybe get home by, like, I don't know, 11:30, 11:20, and then fall asleep before 12. Yeah, sure, miss out on 20, maybe 30 minutes of sleep time. That sucks. But doable, right? And so that was my thought process, and I thought to myself, yeah, that checks out. Not a problem anymore, right? As it turns out, and I really fucking hate this, by the way. I think everyone should hate this with me. It's the type of collective hatred that we should all share. The movie didn't start at 9:30. We were told it was going to start at 9:30, but you know what did start at 9:30? 30 minutes of ads. 30 minutes. You know, you're watching YouTube, you get a 30-second ad. Oh, boo-hoo. You can skip it in 5 seconds if it's that long. 30 minutes. Imagine watching a full anime episode, except the episode is literally just sponsorships, ads, and Raid Shadow Legends. Okay, there weren't any Raid Shadow Legends things, but still, it was awful. Why would you advertise something to start at a certain time and then hit them with the ads? Like, admittedly, that's a stupid question, because of course they're not going to tell you the actual start time of the movie, because then you'll skip all the fucking ads and you'll show up right on time and be like, oh cool, the movie I paid to see is here. You know? And if you have to insert ads at all, nobody wants their movie to be interrupted. So they're gonna tell you, oh yeah, the movie starts at 9, when it actually starts at 9:30. But you still show up at 9. Because hey, what if the ads only go for like 10 minutes or 5 minutes? Then you look like a dumbass for showing up 20 minutes into the movie, being like, well the fuck man, I was expecting 30 years of ads. Anyway. So that's what happened. And funnily enough, we were anticipating the movie that was advertised to start at 9:30 to start at 9:30. Weird, I know. We're the crazy people here, not everybody else. And so we finished the movie. The movie was really good, honestly. I think it was a pretty big step up from their last one, Spiral. Spiral was alright, but it didn't feel like a Saw movie. I think it was mainly the voice. Me and my missus both agree. The voice in Spiral, you know, the fucking, you know, hello Jacob, I want to play a game. Right? You know, that typical sort of Saw voice? Yeah, in Spiral, it was more like, how do I put it? You know the song Dance Monkey? I fucking hate that song because of the voice. If it was just like any other voice, I think I'd enjoy it. But it was essentially that voice trying to pretend to be like they were Jigsaw. And god damn, it was so shit. Anyway, no offense to the actor or the voice actor that did that voice. Hello, detective. It kind of sounded like someone from Bob's Burgers. Yeah, actually, that's a bit more fitting. Just like a shy, awkward person from Bob's Burgers just being like, oh, hello, detective. Anyway, we're not here to shit on the movie Spiral. To be fair, the movie Spiral was actually pretty good, but yeah, the voice, ugh, get a better voice. But yeah, Saw X, that's quite good. I need to figure out where exactly it lines up in the timeline, because I couldn't quite piece it together. Anyway, if you haven't seen any of the Saw movies, essentially, there's a person that's nicknamed Jigsaw, and essentially they go around being like, hey, You know, you've been stealing your whole life, robbing people, you know, robbing people even though you're living in a cozy enough situation as it is. You could get a minimum wage job and live comfortably, working hard for your money, but instead you choose to take it from others and steal, right? And so, the whole point of the movie, or the movies, is like, oh, you steal stuff and you rob people? Well, here's the deal. We've kidnapped you and put you in a device that will let you free and let you live if you break your fingers and hands, the tools that you use to steal things, or you can not do that and die. And essentially, that's pretty much the entire series of Saw. It's one of the classic lines is live or die, make your choice. So it's like renounce your ways type thing, sacrifice the tools of your shitty misdeeds, and you get to live. Yes, you will be somewhat hindered in your regular abilities, but you will be alive, and you will have fought for that right, so to speak. It's kind of like a really fucked up Judge Judy. So that's pretty much the entire series, and I can tell you right now, before you even watch any of it, and of course, no direct spoilers, but you pick this up pretty fucking quickly as you watch like the first couple of movies. Pretty much every single person, right? There's always like a time limit on most of these games, where it's like, do this thing that's probably going to be very shit for you within this amount of time, or you die, right? That's generally the premise. I can tell you right now, 9 times out of 10 in those situations, it's always, oh my god, panic, oh my god, freak out, oh my god, start to do the thing, oh my god, no, it hurts too much, I can't do the thing, oh no, the time's running out, oh, the time's actually running out now, better do the thing, does the thing, dies anyway. That is probably the synopsis for all of the Saw movies. It just happens almost every single time. You know, you start getting used to it, where it's like, I'm not going to give a real example here, but just like, pull out all of your fingernails and toenails within 10 minutes, otherwise I will hit you with a sledgehammer in the back of your head and your brains will be splattered all over the pavement, right? That's the test. Do it. Live or die, make your choice. This motherfucker is gonna get through 10 fingernails, 9 toenails, and then the time limit will run out and they'll get their head bashed in. Like, come on, just pick a side, you know? Either, you just have to make that split-second decision. It's a very awkward time frame, right? But at least you're given a time frame. Where it's like, the second you get told your task, you either have to be in it all the way and just gun it and make it through, or you just have to be like, I'm not going to torture myself before you end up killing me anyway. Just get me to the death part. Right? And the reason I say, like, there's a time limit is because that is the most important factor here. Could you imagine if there was a secret time limit to all of the games? And it's like, maybe I've got a day to do this. Maybe I've got 5 minutes. You know? Maybe I can figure a way out of this if I just have a long enough time to think. Maybe not. You know, it's when you have that awkward amount of time where it's like, oh, something's going to be happening soon, but it's already meant to have happened, so it's going to be late. Do I have time to start this other thing first? Do I have time to do this other thing that may take up valuable time? And then the second you get into doing that other thing, it's like, oh, the first thing was ready, and you're like, shit, okay, now I've got to cancel this. You know, but at the very least in the Saw games, they give you a time limit. They're like, hey, 10 minutes. Figure out if you want to snap all of your fingers and toes. It's like, oh, okay. Do I live if I snap them all? Yes. Do I die if I don't? Yes. Okay. Done. Just super straightforward. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that I'd be any better in those situations. I would probably, instead of harming myself as they want me to, in those situations, I would likely spend the entire time trying to figure out a different solution. A different way to get through it without hurting myself, and by breaking their machines or whatever. To sort of screw the rules and get out a different way. And I'll tell you what, there are some people that manage to do something like that. And that's pretty interesting. Although I do think the Saw series could use a few more victories, so to speak. Because the whole idea behind the whole, you know, live or die, make your choice thing, is that the main character has been diagnosed with a terminal cancer in the brain. So, essentially, he's very much valuing life. Well, he wasn't at the start. He did try to off himself at one point, but he ended up surviving and, like, going to the hospital to patch himself up because he tried to, I think, drive off a cliff or something. Anyway, he survived the car crash. This isn't a spoiler, by the way. This is all just sort of background lore that you get fed slowly over the course of the episodes. All the actual episodes are, I'm sort of dodging all the main parts. But yeah, anyway. So essentially, from that experience, he's like, oh my god, I survived this ordeal. I super duper value life now. I'm going to respect it, cherish it, love it, all that good jazz. And then he proceeds to see other people not doing the same thing. He's like, well, those people just clearly haven't experienced what I've experienced. And if they had experienced that, they would value life a lot more. But they don't. And so then he proceeds to find people that are doing shitty things and are involved in shitty situations, and then proceeds to kidnap them, puts them in these trials of his own creation, and is just like, haha, you talking shit? Pull out all your teeth and put them on this scale to continue living. It's incredibly fucked up, but I also love it. Did I mention it's a horror movie? It's a horror movie. But yeah, absolutely loved it. It was a great movie. Would recommend it if you are into the Saw series. And if you haven't gotten into the Saw series, it's a pretty fun one to get into if you're into horror. I think, what is it, the second movie? Second movie does have a bit of a squeamish scene. But other than that, I think it's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, come on, just get me a patchy dart ship and then we can sort of just cruise through this. Thank you. I didn't realize I'd be getting a helicopter so often. The perks of not being in extreme mode Odyssey. Hey? Quite nice, quite nice. Anyway, so I very much got derailed there. So anyway, watched Saw X last night. Started at 9. Well, the ads started at 9:30. They went on till about 10. Not exaggerating there. Dragged on for what felt like forever. Anyway, watched the movie, got out of the cinemas. As we left the cinema room that we were in, the theater, I guess you would call it. As we left, I checked my phone, and I was hesitant to as well. Like, my missus would absolutely agree with me on this. I was just like, oh god, what's the time? Oh god, what is it? What is it? What is it? Just hit me with it. It was like 12, which meant 30-minute drive home, which meant, you know, whatever we need to do before going to bed. We ended up both sleeping in at 1. And then we both had to wake up in like 4 or 5 hours. So I was messed up this morning, but I feel okay now. It's weird. Anyway, that has been Parks, Parts and Ponds, Part 1. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all for this nightmare in the next one tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Have a great rest of your week, everybody. Bye-bye.